Now, Turkey has announced that it plans to launch an offensive in northeastern Syria. Now, this has reportedly prompted the United States to push for peace talks. All of this before tensions are heightened. Now, even more than before between the two NATO allies who have had a long history of working together. RT's Rachel Blevins joins us with the latest.
The United States is pushing for one final attempt to keep Turkey out of Syria after Turkish officials announced plans to invade Syria to remove U.S.-backed Kurdish forces from the border between the two countries. Turkey has repeatedly threatened to launch a military offensive targeting Syria's northern border east of the Euphrates River, but the threats have been stalled by promises from the U.S. to create a safe zone inside of Syria, which would force Kurdish troops away from the border. While Turkey has already amassed tens of thousands of troops near the border, the U.S. is pushing for a joint operation that would secure a strip of land south of the Syria-Turkey border that would be around 9 miles deep and 87 miles long. Reports claim that a delegation from the U.S. Department of Defense was sent to Ankara on Monday in an effort to calm tensions and prevent direct military action. But Turkey has already rejected the proposal, arguing that the safe zone should be at least 20 miles deep and that Turkish forces should be allowed to control it alone without the help of U.S. troops. Turkey has accused the U.S. of delaying a final agreement regarding the safe zone because of its support for the Kurdish People's Protection Units, or YPG, which Turkey has designated as a terrorist group. The U.S. has provided both financial and logistical help to the Kurds in Syria, which it considers one of its main allies in the fight against ISIS. In response to the comments from Turkey, an unnamed U.S. official said, quote, bilateral discussions with Turkey continue on the possibility of a safe zone with U.S. and Turkish forces that addresses Turkey's legitimate security concerns in northern Syria. Turkey's threatened offensive comes weeks after the country began receiving shipments of Russia's S-400 missile defense system and a deal that was sharply criticized by the U.S. So now it remains to be seen whether the U.S. will be able to convince Turkey to stay out of Syria as tensions continue to increase between the two NATO allies.